Yo, welcome back to Genshin Impact. In our last episode, we checked out Goro's Hangout event, and now, and also we cleaned out some of the towers for the currently ongoing event of the Anconomia 3 Gateway Realms offering thing. And today we're gonna make a story quest, and you don't know what story quest, but I promise you, you'll find out soon.
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Recently, the Adventurers Guild has received an unusual commission, and after careful consideration, we believe that
the Traveler would be the most suitable candidate, right?
Just as always.
Indeed, as ever. I will spare the pleasantries then. May I ask if you two are available to help?
It'll depend on the task and the composition. Of course, that's what we're here for.
Well, let me go over it briefly. Our client for this job is the Yashiro Commission. Apparently, Rift Hounds are attacking the roots of the sacred sakura nearby Mount Yogo in great numbers.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami Island? Oh, Jesus.
Rift Hounds? On Narukami?
Same.
Yes. We are not sure where exactly these creatures come from. But this time, they are attacking in alarming numbers with great aggression and a clear target. The sacred sakura is of tremendous importance to Inazuma. I trust you are aware of this already?
I mean, it's important to me because I still need to offer some electro sigils there so I can finally unlock the teapot realm for Inazuma. So I think I know how serious this is.
Good. Then you can see that this case is very urgent indeed.
Oh yes, I know.
Is the Tenryu Commission aware?
Yes, and they are already taking action of their own. However, given that the sacred sakura's root system is vast and complex, and faced with the unpredictability and scale of the Rift Hound's attacks, they are finding it difficult to defend against them. Their main priority is to protect the civilian population, so they are actively looking to cooperate with all other available forces to eliminate the monsters.
I'm once again getting ahead with theories, but you know, Catherine seems to know a lot about Inazuma. Like, there's a Catherine in Mondstadt, in Liyue, and in Inazuma, and in probably every other nation as well. So what if Tevat was artificially made, and like, the person who created this world also created Catherine, and was like, oh, there's gonna be Catherine in every nation. And Catherine is gonna tell all this lore, and maybe also lying, I don't know.
The Adventurers Guild is one of the key parties assisting the Tenryu Commission with their work. But so far, the combined efforts to combat the Rift Hounds has failed to substantially ameliorate the situation.
Time to make some whelps yelp.
You have our deepest gratitude. Your confident response puts me far more at ease. I will mark on your map the areas where Rift Hound appearances have been recently reported. I hope you won't encounter too much trouble overcoming them.
Oh man.
Relax. We'll be back before you can say Ad Astra Abyssosk.
First I thought that Astra Abyssosk was only something new. Yeah, we're doing Raiden Shogun Story Quest Part 2. When I first arrived into it, I thought that Astra Abyssosk was just like a Mondstadt thing. I also thought the Adventurers Guild would just be a Mondstadt thing. Turned out, it isn't. Wow. Why did I have a dream that I spawned in this domain here? I need to go to this location. They're on a date, wow. Go to the area where the monsters have appeared. I hate fighting Rift Hounds. Have I ever mentioned this? I probably have every time I face them. Because they're annoying.
Attacking the sacred sakura! Stop them!
Oh, so that's one of the routes. Okay, I did not know what it looked like. Didn't even know it existed until now.
This is order.
Emerge, right now. Emerge.
Oh no.
Right here.
No, stop it. I hate them.
Gather.
Why do you keep spawning these guys?
Emerge.
They are coming for my blood.
A sight to behold.
This is like vampirism.
Whirling snow!
Stabilize.
But still, I don't need to complain about fighting these guys when there's people out there having to fight the biggest boss enemies in Elden Ring. Certainly not me.
Embrace the ice!
Wow, there are so many of them! No wonder the Tenryou Commission needed help. Come on, travelers, you can take them!
Thank you, Paimon. Thanks for believing in me.
Solidify.
I'm sorry. My throat is kinda dead because I've been outside a lot the past days. Because we locked ourselves out while it was really cold outside.
This is order.
This is how you get a cold, I guess. Oh no. Oh, is Ba gonna show up? Is she gonna say
Torn to oblivion!
yes? Haha.
Shogun? Wait, no. Could also be A.
Oh, it's you two.
Okay, it's Raiden Shogun question mark?
It
Hey.
has been a long time. We have not seen each other since the resolution of the Tenryou Commission crisis.
Okay, sounds more like A. It is you, right?
Hi there.
You sure made short work of them. That was
Oh
amazing.
god, I just remembered how like Shangli's story quest has 2 parts already, Raiden Shogun's story quest has 2 parts already. Meanwhile, Wenti only has 1 story quest so far. But like Wenti is also, according to the lore, the most sus. I was gonna say sus baka. Sus Archon. TikTok ruined me and I'm not even using TikTok, Jesus Christ. Like what if we're gonna have like a second part for Wenti's story quest and it's gonna be like, oh, Wenti's actually evil. Or something like this, I don't know. Bring back monster lore in general, please. What are you doing here?
I'm making early preparations for what is to come.
What is to come?
Last time we took a walk around Inazuma together, I witnessed the way the world is today. I was finally able to comprehend some things that I had never understood in the past. Since then, every time I encounter an obstacle in my thinking, I find myself having the urge to spend some time in the outside world.
Makes sense. You must get super bored being stuck in there all the time.
True that.
Might I remind you that I am not here to amuse myself.
Sorry.
Recently, I have observed a number of changes in the external world from the plane of Euthymia. The most serious of these being the attack on the sacred Sakura by numerous rift hounds. I considered this matter worthy of my attention, so I pursued them, and they led me here, where I happened to run into you.
But the commissions and adventurers can deal with monsters. Doesn't seem like a matter needing the Archon's attention. You're right, but she's just bored. She's looking for like a reason to go outside, I guess.
If the Shogun rather than I were to discover them, yes, perhaps she would have left the situation alone.
Why? Because she's just a puppet?
Precisely. According to the rules I designed for her, matters of this nature are to be delegated to the Tri-Commission. But rift hounds attacking the sacred Sakura... It brings back bad memories of that terrible disaster.
A disaster?
Aww.
Yes. 500 years ago, a great catastrophe befell Inazuma.
Talking about the Archon War. Is that the time where Makoto died?
Everything was engulfed in a pitch-black fog, and monsters ravaged the land. Countless lives were lost, and this homeland that the people had worked so hard to build barely escaped being obliterated entirely. The monsters committed many atrocities on Inazuman soil, and the Rift Hounds were always their advance guard. Their duty was to tear open a passage through space with their claws and teeth, and then call in even more powerful beasts.
500 years ago. Kenria, yeah.
So you've heard of it too. That's an episode of history that I am loath to recall. Maybe to you, it seems like my response to these creatures was an excessive one. But an excess of caution is not unwarranted in this case.
Guess you can't argue with that.
Since we are both here for the same reason, let us work together.
Sure.
From the traces they've left in the surrounding area, there should be many more monsters nearby. All of them must be eliminated.
Then let's go.
Paimon feels so safe when we're in Ace company. Having someone uber powerful on your team kind of makes you feel invincible, doesn't it?
Me relying on Shang-Li's ult, yes, it does.
Oh yeah. After we've dealt with the monsters, us more about
We're
content.
finally getting some important lore. Wow. This is a rare occursion. I don't know
Similar to
English.
the color when the sacred sakura takes damage. Let's follow it. It should be this way.
Which color are you talking about? Oh, the thing's on the floor here. I see. Look for the marks left behind. I am following the marks. I see it. Yes, thanks for changing the camera angle though. This way. No, it's not leading. It's not leading here, right? You don't want me to do the domain, do you? Look for the marks of... I know, I'm here. Or do I? Do I seriously have to... No, I don't. Wait. I'm stupid. It's here. Yes. I can see that. I can see that. I have to go this way. Okay. Oh god. That was the miHoYo chamber. Try to figure out what happened. Cutscene.
We are lucky. The damage is not too serious. The Yashiro Commission will be able to nurse the root system back to health.
This stuff that's flowing out, is it sap or something? And how come it's glowing? Huh?
Oh no. Oh.
What's this?
Huh. What's going on?
Could they be dead people? It wouldn't be the first time we'd seen ghosts on our journey.
That's interesting.
But why would they appear here?
Let's search the area. Perhaps we will find out.
Seeing dead people in Genshin Impact? Oh damn. Oh, okay, never mind. Ghosts.
I can't go on like this. Not when the other troops are counting on me.
Seeing some memories from the past. Is this like from 500 years ago? I don't think so. They're wearing the same uniform. Okay, never mind.
What happened here? Could you tell us?
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Could ask the same thing to you.
Run quick while you still can. The monsters will be back. And once you're in their sights, I'm telling you there's no escaping them. We will defend Inazuma until our dying breath.
Maybe it is from 500 years ago. That would be very interesting. What exactly happened?
You don't know? Inazuma is engulfed in
Okay,
darkness.
so it is from the past. Wow.
Beasts and horrifying monsters are everywhere. They're merciless, ferocious, and they will devour everything in their path.
They looked exactly the same as they do nowadays with the uniform. That is something really interesting. Because you would think of like, oh, 500 years ago everything used to be so different, but it's actually not.
Every last trace of humanity's existence, I tell you. They'll devour it all.
But look, none of that seems to be going on around here.
Not right now, but they'll be back. Look, get out of here. Now, there's no time left. The almighty Shogun is gone. So is Kitsune Saigo.
Alright.
There is no one left to rely on but ourselves. I don't know how long we can hold out for. But if we abandon our hope, then we've got nothing left at all.
Don't worry, I'm right here.
It's... the Shogun? You're back. Please, we beg you. You have to help us. You have to save Inazuma. Only the glow of your supreme lightning can dispel this terrible darkness. Please, or the whole of Inazuma will be reduced to a hunting ground for the beasts.
Calm down. The war you speak of is over.
Over? But what do you mean? Shogun?
Look around you. The grass grows green and lush, and a soft breeze blows. This is Inazuma at peace, as you will no doubt remember. There are no monsters, nor is there anything else here that could threaten your life.
Just don't notice she's got a tattoo of the Electro sign.
What? But how? Just moments ago, they were everywhere. I saw them tear my comrade to shreds with my own eyes.
How did we cause this illusion? Why are they here? What has brought them here? What has triggered it?
Hey, calm down. Everything's fine now.
Huh. I think I understand. Almighty Shogun, you saved Inazuma. Yes, we were right to place our trust in the Almighty Shogun. As long as the Shogun is with us, Inazuma will last for an eternity. Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you, thank you.
And he is gone.
What's wrong with him?
Yeah, he's disappearing.
He's gone.
Paimon can't even begin to understand what that was all about. But somehow, Paimon feels all sad and hopeless.
If I am not mistaken, what we just saw was a samurai's memory that was buried in the land. The sacred sakura can absorb and purify the filth in the ley lines. After the Rift Hounds attacked, some of this filth leaked out through the cracks in the trunk and formed a physical entity.
Okay.
An entity formed with strong filth would be highly aggressive. But when purified, it presents in the form of a memory. Purified filth quickly dissipates and will be absorbed by the ley lines shortly afterwards. In other words, it cannot exist for too long.
Same thing happened to Dusky Ming. Oh, really? It did? Did she also disappear? I can't remember.
So the memories of the ones that died are all appearing at this moment?
Yes. That soldier was one of the many thousands who made the ultimate sacrifice. What he was describing just now was precisely the disaster that happened in Inazuma 500 years ago.
He said that you were absent?
Yes. Inazuma was facing many great crises at that time. Some were local in origin, while others came from the now fallen kingdom of Kanria.
Why do I still feel like the whole Genshin plotline is something that we had to go back in time, and like Lumine has been here before, and now she told us that we have to walk the same path to understand things, and then we have to go back in time once again, and then we have to fight in the Archon War at the end to make all of this never happen. Oh no, crazy.
The disaster in Inazuma caused me great concern. I felt that I had to step in before it was too late, otherwise it would spread to all of Tevat. But my friend, Kitsune Saiku, reassured me that I had nothing to worry about. She would shoulder the responsibility of protecting Inazuma and mobilize all forces at her disposal to combat the threat. I could tell that, although neither of us acknowledged it, we both knew that the road ahead would likely end in tragedy.
So, Inazuma was attacked at the same time as when the disaster happened in Kanria?
Indeed. Countless monsters suddenly appeared throughout all of Inazuma. In the end, Kitsune Saigu sacrificed her life to protect the people.
But Yai is still alive. Isn't Yai Kitsune Saigu? Who else would it be?
I never had the chance to see her one last time. But I would like to believe that she kept her promise to me until the very last.
I know that there's like a big ass statue somewhere in Narukami Island that is also called Kitsune Saigu, but I just thought it would be Yai's title.
But even then, Inazuma was left more devastated than we could have ever imagined. Those terrible tragedies left great wounds that are still felt to this day, both on the land itself and in my heart.
Hey,
Is this the loss that Yaimiko mentioned?
Yes. For the longest time, I couldn't bring myself to face the pain of that loss. All my martial might was in vain. Though I could conquer Tatarigami and vanquish monsters, I was helpless against the ravages of time, powerless to keep the ones I cherished alive. But after my clash with human ambition, I thought long and hard. Now I realize I cannot fixate on the past forever.
So you're no longer stuck in the past?
When I traveled around Inazuma with you, I caught a glimpse of how the nation has progressed over the centuries. A glimpse of human potential. Everything far exceeded my expectations. Moving forward inevitably invites further loss, but also new encounters. Just think of that soldier. Despite all the losses he had experienced, he still chose to keep fighting for the sake of moving forward. All those who sacrificed themselves back then gave their lives fighting for a future. But perhaps the future they were hoping for is not the eternity that I once strove for.
That's what being human is about, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
As Inazuma's god, it is high time I honored their wishes. Warriors of the past, who spilled your blood on this land, your noble souls now rest in this earth.
It's so crazy though how the A and Raiden are like somewhat the same person. Because Raiden is so terrifying.
I will never forget you, and all that you did for Inazuma.
He's taking all this pretty hard.
The memories.
Come on. Let's keep investigating the damage to the sacred Sakura.
Hey, let's go pay a visit to Yaimiko. Who's on my team, by the way. This one, I mean. I don't know what I'm collecting these things for. I don't even need them anymore, but... continue to pursue. You telling me there's an Electroculus here? Jesus, it's probably somewhere under the ground where I can't go. Because, you know, I haven't done the glancing Sakura. Oh!
There are a load of Rift Hounds here too!
I'm only playing as her now?
Leave
Oh
them
shit.
to me.
Oh, okay.
Shine down! Inazuma shines eternal!
Oh my god. Yes. Oh, I just realized in the next banner, in 3 days it's her banner. And now we're playing this quest and now I'm seeing her playstyle again and how good it is and I'm like, why did I...
There is no escape!
But you know, my pity is pretty low. But I'm trying to push my pity higher at the moment, so maybe, I don't think so, but maybe we can get her. Would be pretty cool.
Huh? Something seems wrong with A.
Oh no. Are you feeling alright or something? Oh god, please don't.
Why would you ask that?
I don't know. I don't want her to take control, you know.
Well, usually you'd pull out your sword and swish! Vaporize them all in one go! No?
Isn't that what we just did?
You are unduly concerned. I'm simply conserving my energy. Although I have some understanding of the situation already, it could take an unexpected turn at any
I
time.
probably will now that you mention it.
I must be prepared for anything.
Same.
If there are more formidable monsters lying in wait in this area, I must make sure I have the strength to face them.
Ah, makes sense! Spoken like a seasoned shogun! The roots seem pretty badly damaged this time. We definitely need to tell the Yashiro Commission about this. Hey, the same light is leaking out again!
It's the same situation as before. We're gonna talk to more ghosts again. Memories.
Furuyama? Is that
Oh,
you?
I've seen something about him that people say he's one of the best NPCs. Team Master.
Almighty Shogun, what brings you back so soon? I thought you were off fighting a battle in a distant land.
Fighting a battle in a distant land? Sounds like this guy's talking about 500 years ago, too.
Allow me to introduce Furuyama. He is a tea master and a member of my retinue. Though blind, Furuyama is unparalleled in his ability to appraise tea. He brews some of the very finest tea in all of Inazuma.
Your Excellency, you shower me with praise undeserved. I have simply had the good fortune to be in Your Excellency's presence long enough to become acquainted with all the skills that are required of me. It sounds like the almighty Shogun has brought a guest. I'm afraid I'm unable to serve you any respectable refreshments on account of the current situation. But please, sit and rest.
I would actually not be too surprised if one of the people from like 500 years ago would just recognize us.
After all, it's quite a mess out there.
What should we do?
Let's go along with what he says. I want to learn more about the past. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah. Sheesh. There's monsters everywhere out there. It's pitch black and loads of people have been injured.
I see. So, they have fought their way this far already. Most of the residents in this neighborhood have already escaped. They wanted to take me with them, but it seemed rather pointless to me. So, I decided to stay. And now the almighty Shogun is here, I have even less reason to run away. Imagine if this was something that even the almighty Shogun was powerless to resolve. Where could I possibly run to then?
How come you're not panicking?
People flee out of a desire to live on. And the desire to live on stems from a feeling of having unfinished business in life.
Very wise words, yeah.
But me, I have no such thoughts, and I have no regrets. The almighty Shogun often speaks to me about her dreams over tea. Just listening to her stories. I've been blind for many years, but her vivid descriptions took me on a splendid journey to all the most beautiful places in Inazuma. Over time, I've come to understand her mindset. Quite the romantic at heart, a true dreamer. One thing she always says is, good things don't last forever. Everything changes, fades, disappears completely over the passage of time. And so, people must make the most of the life they have, seize the chance to enjoy it while it lasts, and have no regrets in the end.
Doesn't sound like A at all. This doesn't fit the definition of eternity at all.
So you see, as bleak as things may be now, I have experienced countless wonderful things in life, and have no reason not to be satisfied.
Perhaps you are right.
It won't be long now before I have to say goodbye to the almighty Shogun for the last time. What a pity. I'll never get to see what Inazuma looks like after the almighty Shogun rebuilds it anew.
It's so interesting though, like, all these people are dead, but they're basically still here because their memories and like their characters still stored in the roots of this tree. So basically, you could like bring them back anytime.
But I suppose it doesn't matter. Everyone says that Inazuma has turned dark now. But to me, it went dark a long time ago. Once this catastrophe is over, life is sure to spring forth anew. But even if I survived until then, I'd probably be a hopelessly befuddled old so-and-so by then. So, never mind, eh? Oh, goodness me. Speaking of befuddled, look at me rambling away to my heart's content and forgetting to serve the tea. The almighty Shogun comes to visit and I don't have the tea ready. A truly egregious loss of decorum. One moment, I'll just... Where in the world is the tea set? I hope the others didn't smash it to smithereens in their hasty departure.
Can't see a tea set anywhere around here.
Why is his memory staying so much longer than the other guys though?
Really? But it's always been right by my side. Goodness gracious, what a fool I'm making of myself.
We know where to find a tea set, probably.
I couldn't possibly have my guests fetch it themselves. That would be most discourteous indeed.
I'm used to it.
Don't worry about it. Take a rest. We'll be back right away.
Almighty Shogun, you're not going too, are you? No. Your humble servant implores you, not with the war raging outside.
This place is complicated. It's quite unlike the tea house in your memories. Leave it to us.
But... well, okay. I never thought I'd see the day that I need the almighty Shogun to personally collect my tea set for me. I can't decide whether it's a final regret or a final stroke of good fortune.
Okay, so we have to find a tea
Where
set.
should we go to find a tea set?
Go to the Kamisato estate.
Having a cup of tea isn't exactly the most urgent thing to do right now, but at the same time, this lovely old man from 500 years ago has been through so much, and it makes Paimon so sad.
I'm also feeling very nostalgic for his tea.
Oh, why don't we go to the Kamisato estate? There'll definitely be a tea set we can borrow there.
Okay, Kamisato estate it is. aka the place where I just been to before I start the video to do my reputation. Yes. I'm switching characters so much while just walking around. Certainly not just because I'm lazy to walk. Certainly not, nah. Where'd you get that from? Teamwork is dreamwork, as I'm saying. I'm not even doing it on purpose. Maybe a tiny bit.
It's the Traveler. And the almighty Shogun.
We've never seen Raiden and Ayaka interact. I doubt we see them now, but still.
How might I be of assistance, Your Excellency?
I wish to borrow a tea set from the Yashiro Commission.
Oh, sure. I'll fetch that for you right away. Please step into the courtyard and have a rest, almighty Shogun. Oh, and I'll inform my lord about your visit immediately. Ah, and the tea set. I'll bring that here as soon as it's ready.
Be at ease. I'm not here to see Commissioner Kamisato. Actually, I'd prefer to spend this time chatting with the Traveler. Please, fetch the tea set at your convenience.
No. I am your humble servant. I daren't think of my own convenience when the almighty Shogun graces me with her presence. I'll deal with it right away.
Oh, that's so cool. Can't you please always stay at our side so we don't ever have to do anything? We just be like, oh, I am the Raiden Shogun. You do this thing that people want me to do. Because I don't want to do things ever again.
It's not often we have the chance to chat. I'm sure you must have a lot of questions.
Yeah, you could say so. Was it really you that the Tea Master used to serve?
Right. Paimon wanted to ask that too. The almighty Shogun that he described didn't sound anything like you at
It
all.
was Makoto, probably, your twin sister.
I seldom had the time to drink tea. Any free time I had was spent practicing martial arts. So, in the vast majority of cases, the one he made tea for was the former Electro Archon, who was also my sister, Raiden Makoto. He may well have had an inkling about there being two Raiden Shoguns, but he always acted as if he was completely unaware of it. The philosophy of life that he shared with us just now, that was Makoto's view on reality. She always saw things that way.
You and Makoto had pretty different views, huh?
Indeed we did. It was the biggest difference between us. In her eyes, the most precious things in this world were dreams. The yearning for a better future held by living beings.
Dreams, or in other words, ambitions.
They are similar, but not identical. When you came charging into the plane of Euthymia, I saw human aspirations light up the sky far above in the form of countless stars. This somewhat shook me. Now, it seems like she was right, while I took the wayward path.
Wow. There sure was a lot going on beneath the surface.
Makoto saw a bigger picture than I did. In her view, a dream is more imaginary, more abstract than an ambition.
True.
An ambition is a yearning for something material, or a concrete outcome. It is finite in nature, and will be replaced by a new ambition in due course. Makoto was more concerned with the force that drives humans to constantly generate new ambitions in the first place. It is something innate, rooted in instinct. In other words, it is something eternal.
That's, quite a lot to take in.
To put it simply, Makoto wasn't concerned about outcomes. I didn't understand at the time. How can we say that we are maintaining eternity when things are constantly moving forward and evolving? I suppose what it comes down to is the definition of eternity she set out with.
Seems more in line with how humans view the world.
Yes, it does. I always thought that she must have grasped some elusive, arcane wisdom to arrive at the conclusions she did.
Are you responsible for the weather right now, or why is it thundering? Never mind.
But in the last analysis, Makoto's philosophy was, on the surface at least, an elegantly simple one. Notwithstanding that it was also the more prudent choice, based on a more mature, far-sighted outlook.
Do you feel you're starting to understand her better now?
Paimon's voice sounds like so normal nowadays. It's like not extremely high-pitched anymore. This sentence just sounds like just a normal character. Interesting. Because Paimon's voice usually was higher, I think.
You have already witnessed my previous views on eternity, but now I no longer cling to what was lost. I suppose that means our differences have been reconciled.
And I just mentioned that I really love how the weather just changed. This is really fitting for the atmosphere.
Almighty Shogun, I found a tea set. This one in particular should be fit for your excellency's use.
It's quite beautiful. Thank you.
You are too kind. A humble servant such as I does not deserve the gratitude of the Almighty Shogun.
It's all good, sir. She's actually pretty chill.
You haven't heard that
Let
on
us
my mouth.
return. We ought not keep Furuyama waiting too long.
I doubt he's still here, but he probably is. Go to where the tea master is. Because it is for the purpose of the story, so why should he not be here anymore? But yeah. Also, yes, I'm gonna walk all this time. In this short way from over there to over here. A treasure chest? Why? What? Where? Why? Why is there a treasure chest? Why did I unlock that? I didn't do anything. Did I? I didn't. How did that... Why?
One man's stone is another
I mean, I
man's
need
steel.
electros to adjust, but why did that just spawn here? This is pretty random. It wasn't here when we walked past here first, because the game didn't, like, show me the thing like, oh, there's a treasure chest here. Interesting. Also, am I forgetting about something, or has there not always... What's this way? Has there not always been thunderstorms in Genshin? Because I remember that it was new at some point that people tried to get the getting struck by lightning achievement. So I don't know whether only this achievement was something that was added later on to the game, or if it's the whole weather. Also, I know I'm walking the wrong way. That's what I'm trying to get up again. A close call. Very close call. Gimme. We're almost back. Hey, Furuyama. Okay, he's not here anymore, so... Is he... How'd he get here? How? Hello? He is gone! I knew it. I knew he was gone.
Hey, where'd he go?
Despawn.
He wouldn't have gone come looking for a tea set himself, would he?
And put it past him. Yeah, but didn't we say that they only can be here for, like, not too long, the memories?
Or perhaps the ley lines did not have the power to sustain him for very long. As was the case with the memory we saw earlier.
Like I said.
So we won't get to drink his tea?
I doubt we could have drunk it anyway, because he's not really physically here, Paimon.
We didn't even have a chance to say goodbye.
Okay, that is sad indeed, yeah.
The information held in the ley lines is complex and disorderly. The fact that we were able to meet him to begin with was a miracle of fate.
What if we could see the ley line of Makoto? Couldn't that be possible? Cheer up, Paimon, let's make our own tea.
Well, this chance won't come often, and we do have a tea set. Perhaps I should try my hand at making us a pot of tea.
You can't even cook, no front, but...
I've watched Furuyama brew tea on many occasions. I doubt I should have any major problems doing it myself.
Okay, if you say so. I am a piping whole pot of tea with this tea set.
The tea is ready. Please give it a
Oh,
try.
yeah.
So many thoughts were racing through my head as I was brewing it. I'm not sure how to explain it.
You don't need to understand. It's just the memories floating back in.
You're right. But the things we've seen today have brought back many memories for me. I've been reminded of many people, too. Kitsune Saigu, Makoto, and all the other friends who I watched pass even further back. Back at the Yashiro Commission, I kept the conversation reasonably lighthearted. But now, I'd like to broach a heavier topic, if I may. The events of 500 years ago not only robbed me of my friend, Kitsune Saigu, they also took Makoto away from me, for good.
She died in that disaster too?
I think we've seen like a very brief scene in the final Archon quest chapter of Inazuma.
Yes.
Oh, hello there.
She went to Conria alone, without telling me.
Oh, damn.
Unlike me, Makoto was no martial artist. Whenever similar crises had arisen in the past, I was always the one to face them in her stead. But this time, the circumstances were so grave that Makoto had no choice but to leave me behind. Or perhaps it was more that she went ahead of me, put herself in front of me, so that I would remain hidden. In any case, by the time I realized what was happening...
Makoto was already gone.
Yes. It was too late. I arrived only in time to hear her dying breath. She had already lapsed into unconsciousness by that point, so all I could do was enter into her mind. As far as you're concerned, it would be somewhere similar to the plane of Euthymia. It was there that we bid each other a final farewell. I cried bitterly. Even in those final moments, I couldn't understand her actions. Why did she go to Conria first, and not I? Why did she keep me in the dark about it? Was it to shield me?
She probably wanted to protect her younger sister.
It was there and then that I resolved to pursue eternity. As a testament to that decision, I saved her realm of consciousness just before it collapsed completely, and brought it back to Inazuma.
That's quite a story.
When I returned to Inazuma, I was shocked to find that a great sakura tree had appeared on Mount Yogo. The tree that you know as the sacred sakura.
Here, that secret sakura hasn't always been there, has it?
That's exactly what everyone back then told me as well. That it had existed since time immemorial. They were so matter-of-fact about it, and couldn't at all understand what I was so surprised about. No one questioned it, and yet its presence contrasted so starkly with the area as I remembered it. It seemed as if I was the only one to have noticed it appear suddenly out of thin air. In the end, I simply had to accept that it was a miraculous effect of Makoto's consciousness. With the help of the sacred Sakura's power, I was finally able to overcome the monsters and quell the disaster in Inazuma.
This is all really hard to understand. Kinda beyond Paimon's level.
Simply put, Makoto's power somehow made that tree appear. Yeah, it's like, you could say it's like kinda of her reincarnation. Yeah, words, I don't know.
Yes. She had such a great love for this land, and for its people. In this respect, I still do not compare to her. I once told myself that I would never speak of these events again. Facing the fact that she is gone is unbearably painful. But even the tea that is most bitter to the tongue, once swallowed, leaves some sweetness in the throat.
That kind of sounds like something Makoto would have said.
And it's time I came to terms with it all.
Seems like you've done a lot of thinking about this already. You know, the pain of separation too. I didn't want to say anything because we were in the flow of listening to her story. But I was just thinking about like, you know, when we lost her sister, she was like taken away after we were attacked by the unknown god. But when we saw Lumine again, she seemed to be perfectly fine. So, did she manage to, like, sneak away and free herself from the unknown god? Or has the unknown god never meant any harm to begin with and was just, like, trying to stop us from whatever we were doing and, like, show us things in a different way and, like, needed to separate us so we could, like, get to learn about the truth of Tibet? Because Lumine was, like, still being, like, herself, and we saw her, she was, like, she didn't seem to be evil or changed or anything. I just don't know what was going on with the whole Abyss Order when we saw her in the Mondstadt Archon quest.
Oh, while we're on the topic, since you experienced that battle in person...
Have you seen my sister before? Do you even know what my sister looks like?
Sister? I had heard that you were looking for your family. You mean to say that she was somehow involved in the Conria disaster?
I think so. Everything seemed to have happened 500 years ago.
Based on what we've learned so far, it seems so, yeah.
So, the beginning scene probably took place 500 years ago.
I'm sorry. I wasn't there for the whole thing. By the time I arrived, the worst of the fighting was already over.
What if our fight didn't take place in Tibet, or like... It was probably at Celestia, so no one has seen it because no one was there too. It's like so weird how everyone knows about the Archon War and what took place 500 years ago in Conria, but no one knows anything about us or our sister. Like it was a whole different universe or something.
And also, my mind was consumed entirely with the plight of Inazuma and the fate of those closest to me. So, I am afraid I can't help you.
Thanks for trying, though. I appreciate it.
Oh, well, that's a shame. But it can't be helped, I guess. Boy, both of you have experienced great tragedy.
With this last cup of tea, let us honor the Tea Master's memory. Thank you, Destiny, for giving us the chance to meet again.
We should go. Let's keep following the traces.
Very well. Based on my investigation so far, I believe this next pack of monsters should be the last.
Anyway. Oh wait, I wanna catch that guy. I wanna catch... No! Oh, I got him! Anyways, I would say we're gonna end it here for this episode. And see the next part of the story quest in the next episode. And until then, Shazam, bye!
soon.